I'm Rosboundy Psychic Medium, bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. Just a little bit early, but that's fine. We're here for the cards, so let's go across to them. And here we go. Bring your psychic senses and your spirit guides with you, just so that you can have that interpretation from them more directly than just my own. I am but a human, and I'm bringing it from my life experience and etc., and the connection I have with spirit guides. Practice for yourself that you can use as far as your connection and that guidance that you're getting from spirit. Okay. What we've got is the Gilded Breviary Lenormand deck that is Ciro Marchetti's creation. Beautiful artwork. I am using his expanded edition. There isn't any of them from that section, so that's, well, it's a neither here nor there, but sometimes we get some very interesting cards that have been added as those extras. What we're delving into today for the energies of the cards is card 29 is the young woman, and she's in the home space. We've got card 36 as the overall energies for the day. So this is not outcome but theme. I'm calling this central one is the main connecting theme for the day, and that is the cross. And card 25 is the ring, and that is in the workspace that I've because when we do spreads, we can allocate any type of theme, energy, label to what we've got in these spaces as we would like to read the cards. And so the way that I've done them for quite a few years now is having this as the home, the main theme, and the workspace. So for those of you who are familiar with how I read, you'd be very familiar with that now. You'd know them almost, well, you'd know them by heart, I'm assuming. And good morning, Corinna, because you're one of our family of regulars. It's lovely to have you here this morning. Thanks for popping in. Now, I do read the Owl card as well as part of another set of cards that I was gifted it is a few years ago now. Thank you so much, Sarah. And it's not focusing. You have escaped the cage. Your wings are stretched out. Now fly. Some cages can be big enough that you feel like you're free, that you can stretch out those wings. What's mindful for me is those huge aviaries that are in zoos and nature parks and stuff like that. It gives the impression the birds are free, but they're not. They are probably safer in that space, but we have escaped our cage. Let's fly today. Beautiful. And that is a quote from Rumi. So a lovely card there for our perusal, our thoughts, our understandings and wisdoms today. As I'm zooming in for our 3 cards that we're concentrating on today. Okay. Excuse me. Michaela, good morning, lovely and all. Wonderful to see you here in the live. Good to see the comment coming up as well. So you must be on one of the pages, which is good. Okie dokie. Let's start with the cross. The cross is the theme. It's the one that we've got as our main essence through the day today. And the cross comes up as being more about responsibilities. Now, is it time for you to let some of them go, or is it that you are needing to take heart for the ones that you are picking up, the responsibilities? Sometimes it is within our control, sometimes it's not, or we feel that it's not. We do have choice in all things that we allow to continue in our life. We may be deciding that there's some of those parts of our responsibilities that we've held for so long that it is now time to drop it, to hand it to another, or that it is completed, that it's finished. Card 36 is the last card of any regular Lenormand deck. You'll find that the cross is the last card. So it could mean that there is the ending of this cycle of what is your responsibility in something. Or you could be taking it up. It could be caring for another person, as in your... the word that's coming up is oldies. It could be that It's time for the old things to pass out, to pass on too, as far as whatever. And that's interesting. It doesn't necessarily mean death here. It is just the movement through to the end completion, and getting into, and here we've got a cycle right next to it as well in the workspace. But it is getting into that is really taking ownership of your own responsibilities and being able to say the yes or no if things are to continue or not. That's what I'm getting for the message for today. Okay, so it's shining that light on what are your responsibilities, you acknowledging for yourself what are yours and what aren't anymore, and being able to pass them on. It's almost like passing the baton to the next person that needs to be taking that task or that responsibility on. Okay, that's what I'm feeling around the cross. And we do have a few more comments here. Michaela's making point too that it's a beautiful day, isn't it just? I'm just getting the birds in the background singing away, which reminds me I've got to fill their water, that bird bath. They're having a lovely feast from the lawn. And Keza, good morning, Roz and all. Lovely to have you here. Thanks for popping in. I love seeing all of you being here. It's great. And Fiona, good morning, Ros Gurley, and all around the globe. A good afternoon or a good evening. And that is dependent on where we are in our world, isn't it? Where we live. Thanks for being here, Fiona, as well. I'll just point out, I'm just going to move that one because I'm not sure if Fiona can see that the 6 of clubs is the corresponding card connected with the cross card there. I hadn't mentioned that, so that's the only other digit. And the 2 aces, the black aces actually, the spades and the clubs, being in this reading as the corresponding playing cards. If you don't have a Lenormand deck, you can certainly use a playing deck to read as a Lenormand reading. What we're doing is going into our home space with the young woman. Now, we've had this in our reading a few times in the last week, the young lady. So it is that time for reflection, more so in the home space. And I have a funny feeling we had that part in, I'm just going to try and find my photos on the iPad just to have a quick look. When we had that last, the young lady was 2 days ago in the home space. I forgot to take the photo of yesterday's and post that in the relevant spaces. Well, at least on the phone, the iPhone, it wasn't there, so I'm not sure if I did it or not. Sometimes things go past these days, and that's all right. But it's that beautiful time that we're going to be able to spend just relaxing and thinking about what is it that is happening in our home, with the people that we love, because it's got the rose that connects us to the other people in our relationships in our home space, because that's where we're at. We're in the home. So it is that is symbolizing loving energies. Looking back at where we've come from, the past, that some of the things that we're thinking about are being brought forward into our awareness for today. So spend some time gently reflecting, having that learning. Is it a relearning or it's just a revisiting? I've got the beepies going off. I keep forgetting to turn them off, don't I? Doing the pause and silence and all the rest. Well, apologies. We're in real life, aren't we? And that's what can happen. We have those moments where we're going to have the pause for thought, is what I'm feeling here. So be ready for that today. It is connecting with what we feel is our responsibilities throughout, whatever we're doing in our day-to-day. Life can become so flaming humdrum and monotonous, boring, same old, especially in the home space, because we do have things we have to do repeatedly, dishes, washing, keeping the house clean and tidy, all that sort of stuff that's just repetitive, mowing lawns, all that sort of thing. But feel into that, the blessing of what it is that we do have in how we are managing our responses to that humdrumness, that we are living in a blessed country. Well, wherever you are, feel the blessings from what you are experiencing, that it's not always that same. There are those moments that really lighten and bring joy to our day. It can only be the small things at times that really bring that smile forward and help us to express and feel that love for each other in our home. Sometimes it can be just those small little moments or something that triggers it, that is from, and here's the reflection back, from our past, that brings that smile to our face, and the joy in our heart, and that we can express and share with others in our family. Okay, it's that connection of, yes, we've got responsibilities sometimes and they feel heavy, but we can lighten it by sharing. We can really lift ourselves up and have that light shining in a positive way on what we've got for our home space. Whoops, that shifted that too far. Just going to the numbers as Fiona has them ready for us. So our day number is a 5, and all the numbers on the cards are a 6. So as you move the cards, you were going to ask, is that a number 6? And jinx, that happens. It does, doesn't it? Perfect timing, isn't it? And the synchronicity of the cards in what happens for us, each and every one individually, today will have us contemplating something interesting and new. Bring it on. Absolutely. You're right there, Sandra. It does. We do not have to be stuck with what we've always thought and believed is our lot. It isn't that. What we're doing in our workspace is, yes, it's a cycle, but it's the richness, it's the riches of what we have in our work. Be it the colleagues that we work with or the projects, the tasks that we are working within. Some of those can be repetitive and cycle through because a lot of business structures, a lot of how we do things are systematic and in sequence and come around each month, like the bookkeeping. We set, that it's usual for accounts to be sent out if a business offers accounts these days, or to do the lodgements with the relevant government departments for the taxes, etc. The GST reporting, the BAS reporting, and all of that. But it brings forward that is an awareness of how well your business space may be doing, whether you're the owner or one of the workers within. It's still teamwork that brings it all together. No business is an island in itself, and it's all that interaction and connection and working in, the cycles and the groups that we have, being in departments if it's that big a business that you're working for, or divvying things up so that they are manageable and doable, so that what we are doing is bringing forward that moment to the light to shine its its benefits and growth and whatever else it is that shines up in our day to day. Bring it forward so that what you are doing is bringing that is the essence of the richness of your work. It could be monetary, yes, but it could be those interactions and teamwork that you are sharing with colleagues, or external to what your own business is, that connect the connections and networking that you might be growing to build and grow and bring awareness to others of what it is that you do, that the products that you might be having as services or availability of physical products to improve life for someone. So many different aspects of this that really can show that jewel that really shines it as the diamond or the ruby in this case, the richness and the abundance of what we can build in our work for, sharing the responsibilities around of how that is done as well, because this is the responsibility type of a card, the theme today. It is, knowing what is your responsibility and what you can delegate elsewhere to really build that team so that it is strong and something worthy of being built upon as well. Growing stronger and really being of worth is the phrase I'm just hearing right now. Okay, feeling that worth, knowing your worth. We are all worthy. That's what I'm getting as the closing phrases for that reading.